Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Resilient Riches. I have today one of the toughest conversations I feel like I'm going to have in my podcast and in my life. And it's a story of people who have gone through the most challenging times, but really can show who they are and the resilience that they're consistently standing up. Right now, I don't like to timestamp, but we're at day 109.
Yeah.
And Lishay Lavi,
Yeah.
her husband's right now in Gaza. He was there at Nachalos on that day. And what fascinated me about their story is that even when things look so challenging, there was somebody who knocked on the door that was scared, and they even opened their hearts for their neighbors.
Yeah.
And even in the most crucial times in life, you're able to actually do something for the people that you love and the people that you care about.
Yes, unfortunately, this young boy not with us. He was more thereafter. But yes, when we understand in October 7 in the morning, when we hear him, his name is Tomer Eliezer Avan. When we hear him, we understand that we have to open the door. Because he's a young boy over there.
And you knew him before?
Yeah, of course. He's the son of our neighbors. We don't know him, good, but we know him. He told us it's him when he speak with us. He told us that, "Hi, it's Tomer. I'm the son of Dikla, the neighbor, and I ask you to open the door because if you don't open the door, they're going to kill me, and kill you guys. So please open the door." And in a second, really seconds, me and Omri look at the eyes of each other and we understand that we have to open the door. And Tomer was really brave, young boy, really brave, because all the situation that he's into when he know that his mother and his two sisters, half sisters, and his the partner of Dikla, his mother, they're sitting in their house. When Noam is the partner of Dikla was shooting when he saw it, and it's difficult, but he's do what he need to do to stay alive. After we open the door, we go outside, and in this time, Ronnie is still Ronnie, our daughter, 2.5 years old. She's sleeping in the safe room. She's sleeping in the mamad in the same time. And when we go outside to our kitchen with a 5 terrorists, I'm begging to them to go back and took Ronnie with me. And they don't let me do it. But Tomer understands the situation and he go to take care. So he's like a hero for me because he brought my daughter to me.
There's a lot of heroes that came on during that day.
Yeah.
And there's times in life where there's a moment in life where you decide to be a hero or you decide not to be. And I find everybody has one moment in their lives. And I think you've already had 4 or 5 moments in your life. Can you talk about some of the things that you did for other people?
I don't know if
Your family.
For me, I'm not really a hero. I'm not feel I'm a hero. It's hard to say, but I feel like a survivor. Because all the things that I do, it's really for survive, and it's really, and in October 7 it was to survive, and after this it to do everything that I can. I did everything that I can to bring Omri here.
That's a hero. It's not survival. I don't find find that to be survival, because survival would be and understandable that many people just sit and it's quiet and don't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what I feel, but it's okay. It was a really I don't know how to explain how it was in October 7. It's there is a lot of day after October 7 that I wake up and I don't understand how I'm still alive, how my two daughters still alive. We was a hostage for like 4 hours with 5 of terrorists inside our home, and after they took us to another home, to Idan's family home, and we stay over there, the two families together. So I don't know how we are in life, and I'm thankful every day in the morning that I understand I'm really here and my daughter really here, and we are physically we are okay. Our soul is smashed. My heart is broken, but physically we are okay. In a moment that you are like a hostage, you are in. You need to decide what to do. You need it's or you are falling down, or you are start to understand and handle this situation.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah, it's not something. It's really fight for your life and for your love. And this is what I decided in this moment. At the start, I was terrified and don't know what to do. But at the moment that Ronnie be with us again, after like 10 minutes that she was alone in the safe room, I understand that now I need to handle this situation. My daughter need to be to see that we are okay, that we are strong. And this is what I do, and this is what Omri do. We are sitting. We don't cry all when worry come with us. This is the moment that I stop crying and begging for my life and for my daughter's life, and start to, I like a machine. Start to be like a machine. Um, yeah.
Do you find that today your daughters are strong and they're coping well through it because of I'm calling it heroism because that's what it is, and I'm sorry that you're not a survivor, because a survivor doesn't make the decisions you made.
Mhm.
And the heroism for your children, many people just run to the corner and try to save themselves. It's the going on the airplane, what they say on the airplane.
Yeah.
Every time, put your mask on before you put the mask of others. You didn't do that. You did the mask of others before you put on your own mask. So that saves, and in Judaism, as you know, every life you save is saving 1,000,000 lives. So your kids, you save 2,000,000 lives. I mean, that's just what it is. Happens to be your children, but that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It's an amazing strength a mother has to be able to do this for their kids. I know for my family, I know my mom was one of those people when we went through very, very, very hard times financially in our relationships. What she did was she decided, I'm not going to let this be that for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So she would wake up at 5 a.m. She'd go to the gym, she'd make dinner, she'd cook, she'd clean for the house, then she'd go into the city into Manhattan to a job that barely paid her anything. Then she'd come home. She worked at the mikvah, because the mikvah, my dad thought it would bring like some merit to him for him to be more successful, because she was really the breadwinner. And then she would do another job, do private sales in her lunch and all this other stuff, and just to put food on the table. And if it wasn't for the strength of a mother that they have for their kids, we would never have happened. And because of that, we learned determination.
Yeah.
So in our family, there's 4 older kids and 2 younger kids. The 4 older kids saw that from our mother, and really our father as well, but we saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And all 4 are very different than the last 2. because of that reason.
Yeah.
What's your goals for your children after this? After this, when this nightmare ends, after this, what's your goal for them?
I just want they continue to be happy. Really. This is what I want from them. I saw you as before. I saw Ronnie. Ronnie, she saw everything. She understands everything. She is speaking about everything. She told to her friends in the kindergarten about Omri, about her father, about what happened in our kibbutz, what happened in our house, and she have a really she's a really strong young girl, and she had a lot of hope. She's still hoping that he's going to come. She every day she's speaking about it, what she's going to do with Omri when he's come back, and how she missed him. She don't forget him, and she's it's amazing to see it, and amazing to understand she's still have a joy of life. So I really want that it continue. I was really in it first. I was really worried about it,
of course,
because when Omri was taken from us, all this hour, Ronnie sitting on Omri. She have a really good connect with Omri. It's not. It's Omri. It's a real father. I always say it's a really real father. I was the careerist. I was the mother that go and come back at 7 the evening, and sometimes like that. And I have a lot of video that or a message in the WhatsApp that already say to me, okay, Ronnie, go to sleep now, and say good night to mommy and stuff like this. And I'm now in the opposite situation that I need to do it with her. And when Ronnie was really in silence all this hour, she was terrified. She understand the situation, and she was in really silence. And she's 2 years old. They are not in silence.
Yeah.
They are speaking all the time. But she's sitting on Omri for like three and a half hour, and really quiet. And when they told him to get up, and they put a handcuff on his hand, and she understands his goal, this is the moment that she breaks down. She starts to scream, she starts to cry, she wants to go after him. Omri, when he stand up, he give me, or only I give Alma to Gali, the another mother of the Dam family, and Omri give me Ronnie. And she tried to go with him. She really tried to run after him. And after she saw him go, she screaming like I never hear her scream like this. She wants her daddy. She say that she wants her daddy, and I have to take her in my hands really hard, really strong, because she want to run after him, and
well, she's like you. She's strong and tough.
yeah. And I think to myself, oh my God, what am I going to do? I have like 6 months, 6-month baby here with me, and she's now going to go after him. And in my head, I don't know what to do. And in October 8th, I wake up in the morning, and I thought that, oh my God, really saw everything. It's not just me. but I say to myself, she had to continue to be a happy girl, and she is.
She is.
She is. You know, she know. You know, there is a moment that she cried, that she want him, that she really miss him. She's every night say to him, "Good night, Daddy," and we waiting for you, we missing you, and I love you. But she is still a happy girl, and she's still dancing and singing and still remember all the things that she do with Omri and all the things she wants to do with him. So it's really help to me also. It's give me a lot of power that she's like
kids,
this.
Kids are tough.
Yeah.
Kids give us a level of strength. It's hard to compare, but we've spoken to a lot of Holocaust survivors.
I thought, yeah, it's like this.
And it's like that. And there's an interesting way that they looked at it, and I was told. And they said, if we continue to do now and just do and help what she's doing.
Yeah.
You can't afford to look in the past.
No.
If you look in the past, you break down.
Yeah.
But if you look forward, you can only do. So just so you know my background, and the reason why we are here and why this is happening, I was here when I was a lone soldier.
Mm-hmm.
First time I ever left North America, I came to Israel. I lived on a farm in the Golan, like the kibbutz we're living in now. And I served. I've been to Be'eri 100 times. I've been to Nahal Oz.
Yeah.
I used to go to Nahal Oz, and they used to always give me food in the morning.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah.
They had really good barekas. I just want you to know. So I used to go to all these places, and you don't forget kindness when you're alone.
Yeah.
As we were talking before, that the kibbutz people have been so kind to you.
Yeah.
Because it's a very weird time. And that's when I started, and that's when I decided to make the decision to take my life and be part of this as much as I can be, as much as people allow me. I don't care about what they allow me.
I do what I
want. And I think people realize how important that is. But not what I realized was, if I thought about the past and the kindness that I saw and how the kindness was now extinguished.
Yeah.
Because it's different than Jerusalem people. It's different than Tel Aviv people. These are people that,
you know, it's a community. It's really community. It's not. It's a little community. It's not like in the city.
Correct.
You know, I think it's a different people. You know, live in kibbutz or in moshav because they want this. They want the community, and this is really important to them. I think in the big cities. So in Israel, it's compared to UN, it's not a big cities, but in the big cities there is a lot of people that help us. I can. For example, in Tel Aviv, there is a lot of people that come to the square, the hostage square, the kidnap square, and be with us. At the first, we don't be over there. A lot of people, a lot of family. There is always the people from Tel Aviv that come to give us. They want to give us a food or give us a water to drink, or even a clothes for the children, and because they understand that when the October 7th, it's not just the hostage. It's a lot of people that don't have a home now, that live in a hotel's room, in a guest house, like we are, and we start from the beginning. It's really start from the beginning. So I think in the city it's a little bit different, but here we are in Kromim, in Kibbutz Kromim. We came here in October 7 at the night, and they helped us from the first for the first step, we came here, and they're still with us. They're really help us. Now after 3.5 months, almost 4, we have the community of Nahal Oz, the 14th family that's here from Nahal Oz, but we also get inside the other community, the Kromim community. We are the children's, they are in the kindergarten here, and we have friends here that we can sit and speak, and they still continue to help us and to be with us and to ask if we need something or not. And I think this is like the Israel. It's
like the Jewish.
Yeah.
It's like the Jews.
It's like the Jewish.
The same thing.
Yeah.
The same thing in our community. If something happens, the whole community runs.
Yeah. I can say, for example, this is very true because I live in Brussels for 5 years.
In Antwerp?
No, in Brussels.
Oh, Brussels.
Yeah, really in Brussels. I lived near to the Europe Commission in Schumann.
Yeah.
And one day I came back to Israel in thinking it's in the 14, something like this. Yeah, in November 14. So I'm not over there like 10 years. It was 10 years that it's a long time. And when my friends over there hear what happened to me, it was immediately all the Jewish community over there wants to help me and to my family. It's not even they don't think that I'm not over there like 10 years. It's a lot of time. They still remember I was in the community. I learned over there Hebrew. I was a teacher over there, so they really
they knew you.
They knew me and they remember.
People know. People don't forget the people that are.
Yeah, and they stay and they stand with me. It was really, really difficult, and they want to help, and this is what they do. They help us a lot from Brussels. So yes, it's the Jewish way.
At the beginning, I decided that I was going to facilitate people donating, just to give education to people, and we raised about $1.3 million so far total. And not to me, I was just here's a few big organizations. It was companies, so they have to give directly these big organizations, IAC, JNF, all these amazing FIDF, amazing organizations. And I will tell you, probably 500,000 of the 1.3 million were from people who weren't Jewish.
Yeah.
Because they feel it and they understand that if it wasn't here,
that
it's them. It's gonna keep transferring over, and
I think a lot of people you speak before about the Holocaust. We after a few weeks we understand here in Israel that what happened here it's the second Holocaust. And when we can, and the moment that we can say it, because it was really hard to say it. I know at my first time that I said that I'm like I said before, I'm a survivor. It was really hard to me to say it. And of course, when I speak about the Holocaust and say that October 7 is the second Holocaust and never again happened. All this year, we always say that never again, and we remember the Holocaust, but unfortunately, never again happened in October 7. And I think when at the moment that we, the people that was over there, that being Otef Aza, that live over there, speak about that and say it's like this, the world, the people of the world, not just the Jewish, start to understand
Yeah.
what's happened here, and start to really want to understand, that they really want to ask a question. They start to feel that they can ask us what's really happened here, and speak with us, and we know, it's, my I'm Sam. I'm Lishay. Of course, I'm Lishay, but I'm not just Lishay now. I'm a wife of a hostage, and I'm a mother of two daughters that didn't see their father like 109 days. And I can say that a lot of people around the world really want to hear us. I do last week a Zoom with students from United States, and it was a really it's not easy to me every time to speak about our story, but it gives me a lot of power also, because to hear other people, and there is two students over there that told me that they are not pro-Palestine, but they don't like what Israel do right now.
Of course.
But when they hear me, I give them a little bit perspective about what happened, and I think it's really important, and we really feel it. But
you're changing the world. There's few times that you decided to change the world. That's that you made. There were 2 times was this flight or fight that I'm feeling, and I think that's kind of the theme of this. One, and it's probably sounds like doing your work and taking care of your family and all that stuff. Probably everything. I'm sure you're very good at what you do. But I find it that you had a fight or flight at the beginning in Nachalos.
Yeah.
And then you had the fight or flight afterwards.
Yeah, of course. It's not the same.
And on both times, you chose to fight.
Yeah.
And on both times, you're winning. And on both times, the first was to take care of your kids. Now it's to take care of the Jewish people and the free world.
Yeah, and but the most important that I fight for Mumri.
Of course.
Fight for
That's
Mumri.
He's the free world.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
He represents. He represents all of it, and he represents what life is. To have kids, to have a family, to be open, letting in your neighbors, even to letting in even the Gazans were coming into even letting in us into your homes and being welcoming to everybody around. That's what you epitomize.
Yeah.
And it's so deep, and it's such a gift, and it shows such deep resilience that even when things are tough, you're able to overcome it, and you overcame it so many times. I mean, it's amazing how many times you overcome it. It's something that I try to teach to my kids. That when they fall, I just get up now. Like, don't even talk to me until you get up. Like, don't even cry. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And they're 2 and 1, and my 1-year-old's really tough. He'll sit on my 2-year-old, and my 2-year-old's done. Like, he pushed him off the couch, and my 2-year-old like hit his head on the ground, and my wife was like kind of proud of him, because he finally fought back and won. But that's what you really want with your kids. You really want them to be a fighter. Yeah. And at these moments of their life, to choose the side that you chose. Yeah. I think that's what you're doing.
I try. I can say I try every day to do it, because it's a choosing that every day I made, because really easily, I can get up and not get up, stay at my bed and and there is a lot of moment that I told to myself, Lishay, come on, like, break and because what you're doing, what do you really do, and but I choose every day to get up in the morning, uh, to take my daughter to the kindergarten, with smile and with singing, and with song, and to fight my fight, and it's not really just my fight because we are like 136 families in this fight, and I choose every day, every morning. This is what I choose, and I hope and I think that when my two daughters, they are young, but when they saw me that I fight, they fight also. They understand that um, that this is what we need to do. And at the first, I can tell you that at the first, I told Ronnie that I go to work. I don't tell her what I really do. Because she's young. I don't know what to tell her. Mommy, go to work. Yeah,
Of course.
but now, and after this, I told her, okay, mommy, go to a meeting, because she know that I work, but I not always work until late at the night, and it was weird to her. So I told her that every time I choose to tell her that I'm in a meeting now, it's for 1 hour, and I come back. And after I fly to Hungary with Hungary citizens, and I fly to Hungary to speak with them and thanks them for all they doing for us, and they really try to help us and do a lot. This is the moment that I understand that I need to say to Ronnie that mommy go to a meeting, but this meeting is to bring daddy home. It's not just a work. It's not just a meeting. And she knows now that I fight for her daddy. And she knows now that all this meeting that I do, it's to bring Omri home. It's to bring daddy here to us.
And it's actually working. Because people are still talking about the hostages.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, it's not just your voice can do it, and it's not all the families that can just do it, but collectively as a group,
we can do it.
The entire world is actually talking about hostages.
Yeah.
How many countries are there hostages? Tens of countries that there's tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people in captivity, but because they don't speak up.
Yeah.
Look at the Iranian people. There's Iranian women right now in jail. And because they don't
put a hijab. Yeah.
They're not doing what you're doing, and it's so admirable to see it. It's changed my life. It's changed my family's life. It's changed all of our lives. And yesterday we went to Hostage Square, my grandmother and I just walked around with a bag of chocolate, because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's, but every person, I realized every person's affected. So you just give an American chocolate. People always said no to the chocolate. I said, no, it's from America. And all of a sudden everyone was like, all right, we'll take this chocolate. But you realize that this is a special people.
Yeah.
And this is a protected, it should be a looked at people that have a different set of values. The value is living life. The value is passing to your next generation something more and teaching them how to overcome their obstacles and build. Our podcast is called Resilient Riches, and we take riches as not just money, and we're money financial services people, but we look at riches as everything in life, and you're building riches with your kids.
Yeah, and I really hope at the end, after they all realize that they're coming back home, and I hope that, like you say, it's infect all the world. I hope that we are going to live in another world. It will
be.
it's that all of this is going to stay, and we are going to live in a better world that we are living now.
It will be.
Yeah, it depends of us.
But we will. I don't think anybody who's been involved. I don't think everybody.
Yeah,
I think everybody who has been involved in this will never change.
Yeah.
They have now they've been elevated a level, and they will never go down.
Yeah.
I stopped from the Lubin family. I speak 80% less Lashon Hara today, speaking gossip and things like that, than I did before meeting them.
Wow.
That is, I am someone who talks freely, and sometimes I offend people. It's just what I do. Because I'm honest and I'm who I am. But now I have to think about every word I say. It wasn't before. That was just one thing for me, and you'd see people. We had Eli Beer from United Hatzalah, if you know him. He came on, and he said, if you don't give now, and you say, "Oh, I'll give later," you'll never give.
You'll never give.
And he said, when he went down, he said, if I don't go down now, then what am I? And he went down. His crazy story, if you want to hear a story of his,
what?
He went down. Bullets took American with him. Bullets were being shot. He saved hundreds of lives. He wanted he was he was fundraising. That day on Simchat Torah.
Yeah.
It was just like the guest of honor, and you hear all these stories and all these people, and then you find who's the leader after. Yeah. And you're the leader. Sorry to tell you. I know you don't like it. I'm sorry to tell you. And there's few of you, but I think when there's leaders, people will follow. I think you've changed the lives of what we call the politicians. I don't know if they're leaders or not, or just people who make more money than everybody else. But politicians, religious leaders, you've changed the world from your voice, from a little place. Yeah, from my little person. Growing up with some tough kids. So I first I want to thank you. We're going to be giving a donation in your husband's honor. Thank you very much. And helping just. Is there a place that you would like us to give to? Well, I don't know. I need to think about it. We'll find what we can find is families who are going through a hard time. And we can donate to them because there's a lot of people who are displaced. Okay. And we'll do it in his memory. We're also writing a Torah right now, and we'll have his name there. And we'd love to have you. Thank you very much. We're not sure if we're going to do it Nachalos, Kibbutz Shokeda. Okay. One of the kibbutzim. We're going to do it around October 7th. Wow. So you'll see me again, hopefully. Right. And we'll continue to fight for you. Thank you. And I really, really hope that we didn't speak a lot of Omri, but so I just want to add, Omri is a great person. Not just because I love him and he's my husband, because we miss him a lot, and he's missed for a lot of people, and his two young daughters, because I'm adults. We are adults. We can decide to handle with stuff or not handle with stuff, but we are adults. But for the children, it's the most heartbreaking. It's the most difficult things. And like I said before, he's still a great father. He's a real father, and Ronnie Hama really waiting for him. And I hope in the next time that we met, we going to be with us. Amen. And I hope that it's going to be really soon. And like I'll always say, that I saw in my mind every night, this is how I'm going to sleep. I saw Ronnie just run to him. Like she wants to run to him in October 7th, but now he can hug him. He can hug her at the end. And thank you very much for this conversation. Thank you for sharing us a moment in your life. Wow, we really appreciate it. Our audience really appreciates it, and they've been following, and that's all we care about. We care about bringing our family back.